If you're anything like me, sometimes you don't want a whole cupcake or a whole slice of cake. What's the solution? Cake pops. There's something about the soft, almost batter-like consistency with chocolate and the cute decorations. So I started baking cake pops in 2019 for my son's birthday, and I've learned there are several different ways to make them, such as different shapes, different colors, and different flavors. But I've got to say, decorating them is my favorite part. Some of you may wonder, where do cake pops come from? And no, not Starbucks. But I asked the same thing. Katie McGoggle wrote in an article on Sprinkles of History, cake pops were invented in February 2008 by a woman named Angie Dudley from Georgia, also known as Bakerella. She posted them on Instagram, and a blog featured her cake pops. And a month later, after posting the picture, she got invited to a Martha Stewart show to show Martha Stewart herself how to make them. Bakerella herself wrote in an article, Cake Pops, an adventure that, because of everyone's excitement over cake pops, is the reason for their success. Cake pops are also sold in certain coffee shops, like Starbucks and bakeries, and now there are machines on the market to make them yourself. These wonderful cake pop desserts took the country by storm, making February 1st National Cake Pop Day, and today I will show you how to make them. I won't be using any of the machines on the market. I like to do it, I guess, a little bit more simple and less messy. So I will take you to the kitchen and I will show you how to make them. Okay, so for the first part, I got carrot cake mix, and then you just make it as the directions say, and I've already done the cake. I also use cream cheese frosting, and the first part you'll just do is grab the cake and you're gonna crumble it in pieces like this. I went ahead and already baked the cake and refrigerated it, so that it's a lot easier for me to use, because if it was warm, it'd probably be more squishy. So then I'll just get frosting and throw it in there. And then we just make the consistency to where it will stay in the form or the shape that you'd like. I'm just going to try and do this a lot faster. Okay, so I had to start over because I couldn't get the right consistency. I already used too much frosting, so all I did was throw in the rest of the cake. Then I will just roll it into balls and just continue to make these. After I make the balls, I like to refrigerate them. Again, it's a lot easier to control the ball when they're refrigerated, because if not, they'll be too squishy. So yeah, I'm gonna make a bunch of balls and then I'm gonna refrigerate them and I will be back. Okay, so while the cake pop balls are in the fridge, I'm gonna leave those in there for 30 minutes and start melting the chocolate, but I'll just show you the difference for now. So today I'm gonna use the regular chocolate only because it's easier to control. They also have these candy melts in this brand that have colors that are made already. Although this is, when you melt, this is harder to control, so it's a lot more sticky versus smooth where you can dip it and it just slides off. So you would have to mix Crisco with this brand, or you can get original white and then get color dye and make whatever color you want just based on the occasion. I won't be using this. I'm just gonna use regular chocolate and then just some simple sprinkles. Also, you'll need the sticks for the cake pops itself. I like to use these cover baggies to cover the cake pop and then tie them in these ties, just so that each cake pop is individually wrapped. So I'm gonna melt the chocolate and I'll be back with the balls and the melted chocolate. Okay, so 30 minutes wasn't enough for these to be refrigerated. I had to refrigerate them a little bit longer, but you can tell it's a lot harder. while I did that, I went and melted the chocolate in this silver bowl over some boiling water. Then I will just dip the stick into the chocolate and then into the ball. Then I will repeat. I refrigerate these after just so the chocolate dries up, and then I will be back with the rest of them from the fridge to dip them in the chocolate. Okay, so after refrigerating them, the chocolate is hard, holding the cake pop up. I usually have something to stand these on, but I moved, so everything is in storage at the moment. But I'm gonna dip it in chocolate, decorate really quick, and then just hand it over to my son. So just dip the chocolate. And just let the excess drop. Lightly tapping it. Hitting it too hard may fall off. So, just for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna throw some sprinkles on it. And then I would put it back in the fridge and let it dry up. And then I usually cover them up, pack them. But that's it. Super easy and fun. So today I have shared with you the history of cake pops, the ingredients to make them, and my way of making them. And as I mentioned in the beginning, the cake pops are the perfect amount of sweetness. So give it a try and have fun with them. I promise your family and friends will love them. Thank you for listening.